Hi everyone, it's Peg, and today I'm just going to make some quick cards. I decided to use some products from Emerald Creek. These are some charms that they had sent to me, and I've got a back of one which is very ornate, and the front of one where I have taken a Tim Holtz little embellishment and punched it out with a circle punch, placed it into the little clock with a glue dot, and then use some glossy accents on top to make it as a watch face. So I'm using some different cardstocks. This is kind of a buff color. It was a Basil Basic, and I'm not even sure if you can get it, but there are a lot of cardstocks out there in this kind of buff color. And I'm using my new Hoo Hoo Hero markers. These are an alcohol marker. I'll put a link down below for you guys. They are relatively inexpensive compared to some of the other ones on the market. And while it doesn't have a brush tip, it does have two tips. It's got the bullet and the large tip end, just like most of them do. And I find them to work quite well. So if you're interested in alcohol markers, I'll have a link below for you. And I'm just coloring in the petals on this particular stamp from Emerald Creek. They have some lovely stamps. If you haven't checked them out, I'll put a link down below for that too. I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and cut around this image because I want to layer it up on top of the card. And you can do this with scissors. I just find that a knife works faster for me when I'm cutting out things like this. And I'm not spending a lot of time, because you could get really detailed with this. You could take it to a cutting machine and scan it in and cut it out on there. I just wanted to make some quick cards, so I'm using my knife and cutting that out. So Emerald Creek has some lovely products. I'm using both their stamps and their embellishments today on these cards. And like I said, they have a variety of things, so you may want to check them out if you're not familiar with them. They are out of Canada. They have lovely embossing powders, and they also are sold in some stores in the United States, like Funky Junky. So, check them out, because I love their embossing powders and all of their products. So now I'm making a top fold card, and I'm using a Tailored Expressions embossing folder, and just putting some texture on the piece that's going to be popped up on the front with some tape. And then I'm going to adhere the cutout piece of flower to that and add some embellishments, especially that pretty pocket watch piece from Emerald Creek, and some rhinestones and some pearls, and I use a little bit of Wink Stella to give the flowers a little bit of shimmer. And then these are also those, I think these are called Big Chat. I'll put a link to those down below too. They're from Ideology, Tim Holtz Ideology line. And that's basically it. I'm going to do a couple of cards in different colors just so you can see what they look like. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a lovely weekend with family and friends. I know my family was planning on going out to the grave sites and doing a little decoration for Memorial Day. And if that's your plan, I hope that you have lovely weather for that. And if you're not familiar with Memorial Day, it's a celebration here in the United States that we do on the last weekend in May, which honors those soldiers that have fallen in the line of service. So I'm kind of thinking about them as I'm putting these cards together too. And these cards can be used for a number of things. You know, I have a sister-in-law that's having a 82nd birthday, so I want her to remember the happy moments. And these are some little butterflies that I made with some epoxy clay and a mold. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for stopping by. And be sure and click on that little bell below if you want to get notified anytime there's a new video. YouTube has changed their methodology, and so you do not always get notifications unless you ring that little bell. So if you're on your laptop or someplace where you can see the information down below, please click on that if you want to get notifications from me. Bye for now.